Multiply and divide mixed numbers. Example 1. An electrician has 24 and 3/5 feet of electrical conduit. If they need multiple pieces of electrical conduit that are 4 and 3/4 feet long, how many whole pieces can they get from 24 and 3/5 feet? So we're going to use the following below, right, to solve. Now our first step will change these mixed numbers to improper fractions. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have 24 and 3/5. Well, what's 24 times 5? 4 times 5 is 20. 10, and then add the 2, so 12. And then, so we multiplied those together, and then we add the 3, right? So that's 123. So we have 123 over 5 divided by, so we have 4 times 4. Well, that's 16, right? 4 times 4, 16 plus 3, so that's 19. And we're going to go ahead and keep that denominator. So we have 19 over 4. So now we have changed these to improper fractions, so this will make it a lot easier. Now notice we have division here, so we're going to go ahead and change, right, this to multiplication, and we're going to take the reciprocal of the second fraction, right? So we have 123 over 5 times 4 over 19. And then we can go ahead and multiply, right? And so we multiply what's on the top and we multiply what's on the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to do that on the side. So we have 123 times 4. So that's 12. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 4 times 1 is 4. So we have 492 on the top. And then 19 times 5. 9 times 5 is 45. 1 times 5 is 5 plus 4 is 9. So we have 492 over 95. So what we're going to do now is going to change this into a mixed number. So we have 492. Let's go ahead and divide it by 95. And 95, let's see. Well, 95 can go into hopefully 5 times. So let's see. 5 times 5 is 25. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 2 is 47. So that works out. We can put the 5 above the 2. We subtract. And so we need to borrow. This is an 8, 7, 1. So what do we have now? We have, well, 5 over 17, right, as our new numerator, over 95. So how many whole pieces can we get? Well, 5, right? And we can see then we would have then the 17 over 95 feet long, right, extra piece. But we have changed it to a mixed number, and we would have 5 whole pieces. Now let's go ahead and look at the next example. So example 2, a roll of copper tubing weighs 1/3 pound per foot. So how many feet long would a piece weighing 40 and 1/2 pounds be? So we're going to use the following below. So we have 40.5 divided by 1/3. So let's go ahead and take this 40 and 1/2 and convert this to an improper fraction. 40 times 2, well, that's 80. And then we add the 1, that's 81. So we get 81 over 2, and then we're going to go ahead and divide by 1/3. So we change this, right, 81 over 2 times 3 over 1. We multiply what's on the top, and we multiply what's on the bottom. So we get 81 times 3, 24. So we have 243 over 2. And let's go ahead and change this back to a mixed number. Well, we just go ahead and, right, go, how many times can 2 go into 243 is what we're asking. Well, 2 can go into 2 one time, so we subtract, we get 0, bring down the 4. 2 can go into 4 2 times, so we subtract, we get 0. We bring down that 3. 2 can go into 3 one time. We subtract, we get a leftover of 1. So our new number, right, this becoming a mixed number again would be 121 as our whole number. That is our new numerator, so 1, and we keep our denominator. So that would be our solution. Now let's go ahead and look at the next example. Example 3, solve the following. We have negative 10.5 times 1 and 4 over 15. So let's go ahead and change this to an improper fraction. So we have 10 times 2, that's 20, plus 1, that's 21. So what do we get? We really have negative 21 over 2, because we're going to keep that negative sign. One times 15 is equal to 15 plus 4, well, that's 19. So we get 19 over 15. Now let's go ahead and solve. So we have negative 21 over 2 times 19 over 15. And before we go to even multiply, we notice that this is 15, this is 21. They both have a factor of 3. We can just go ahead and cancel out between the two. So 21 divided by 3, well, that would become 7. 15 divided by 3, well, that would become 5. Then we multiply what's on the top, and then we multiply what's on the bottom. So what do we get? Well, 19 times 7. 9 times 7 is 63. Then that's a 13, because 7 times 1 is 7, plus 6 is 13. So we have negative 133 on the top. 2 times 5 is 10. And then we just go ahead and change that to a mixed number. Well, 10 can go into 13 one time. So we subtract, we get a 3. Bring down the other 3. Now 10 can go into 33 3 times. 30, we subtract, we get 3 as a remainder, which will become our new numerator. So what's our solution? Well, this is our whole number. Our new numerator, is that 3 over 10. And that would be our solution. Except we did forget that negative sign. So almost our solution. So now it's negative 13, 3 over 10.